Add an expense. To add a new expense, click on Expenses on the main dashboard. This will take you to the expense list page. On the expense list page, click the blue Add Expense button in the upper right corner. You will see the following fields. Date, this is the date that the expense was incurred. Expense category, here you should select the category from the drop-down. The categories that are available to be selected are determined by your sponsor. Description, enter the description for the expense. Many users will enter either the name of the store at which the purchase was made or will enter more information about the items purchased. Amount, this is the amount of the expense for the associated expense category. If you have a receipt or invoice that covers multiple expense categories, you will be making entries for each category. Apply space/time percentage. This checkbox will distribute the expense between CACFP and non-CACFP categories. For example, if you allocate rent expenses as 20% CACFP and 80% non-CACFP, then you would enter 20 as your space/time percentage in site details. Then when you are entering the rent expense, you would check this box. You would leave this button unchecked for expenses that are not allocated, for example, a purchase of meals which is 100% CACFP. If you have only one expense category, you are done and you can click the green Save button. You will be returned to the expense list page. When a receipt covers expenses in multiple expense categories. When you have a receipt that includes items across multiple expense categories, you should click the blue Add Expense button. This provides you with a new set of fields for expense category, description, amount, and space/time percentage. When you are done entering the expenses, you have the option to click Check Expenses against Receipt Total to cross-check the sum of expenses to the receipt total. Your sponsor might require you to enter the receipt total and cross-check this against the amounts in each expense category. If that is the case, then you will receive an error message if you leave the receipt total blank. You also have the option to upload a PDF or photo of the receipt. Click the green Save button and you will be returned to the expense list screen. Entering staff expenses. If you select any of the following expense categories, you will see an additional drop-down for site staff, administrative salaries and benefits, food service salaries and benefits, labor and benefits, or operations labor. You can associate the expense with the individual site staff person if needed. Otherwise, you can leave it at the default option, staffing expenses/no staff name specified. Entering milk expenses. If you select the expense category milk, you will see a series of additional fields. Milk type, select from skim, 1%, 2%, whole milk, milk substitute, fluid milk. If you are doing a milk audit, you should not use fluid milk, but instead select the fat percentage. Quantity, the amount of milk purchased. Unit is the unit of milk, ounces, cups, half gallons, gallons. Expenses in the milk category will automatically be transferred over to the milk audit.